Hey guys, it's Kismore here, and today I wanted to make a video about anti-Semitism and Gene Simmons. I wanted to make this video because I personally have seen a lot of anti-Semitic stuff against Gene Simmons. And if you guys didn't know, Gene Simmons is from Israel. He moved to America when he was 5 years old with his mother. His mother's actually a Holocaust survivor. And he is Jewish, and he was even being groomed to be a rabbi at one point. So the definition on Oxford Dictionary for anti-Semitism is hostility to or prejudice against Jewish people. And I think this would directly go in line with what is happening to Gene Simmons sometimes. One of the most common Jewish stereotypes is that Jewish people are rich and that they're money hungry, but it's not always the rich part, it's mostly just the money hungry part. And I know Gene Simmons is not the best guy. I am aware that he's kinda like, and that he is money focused at times, but I wouldn't describe him as money hungry, you know? But I think the big thing for this is nurture over nature. What I mean by nurture over nature is I don't think Gene Simmons is money hungry because he's Jewish. I think he's money hungry because of how he was raised. I don't know how Gene Simmons was raised, and I'm not going to claim that I do know. But Gene Simmons, I know when you grew up poor, I know oftentimes that you're probably going to be raised to be like, oh my goodness, you need to get money when you grow up. You need to get money. That is one of the most important things. And I mean, he didn't grow up in the best circumstances. So I would have to believe that at some point his mother or some figure in his life made him believe you need to get money when you grow up. Otherwise you're going to be unsuccessful or something like that. But I believe that somebody made him believe you need money when you grow up. You need money when you get a job and stuff. A big example of Gene Simmons being pretty money focused is before Kurt Cobain died. Gene Simmons met up with Kurt in a cafe or a diner or some kind of restaurant. And he was basically like, oh, why are you depressed? You're rich and you have girls fawning over you. And the big thing was the girl thing, it's Gene Simmons. But the rich thing, oh, you have money. You should be happy because you have money. And also, I think we've all seen the Kiss casket, the Kiss cars, the Kiss air guitar strings, which I have to admit, the air guitar strings are pretty funny. The Kiss toilet cover, that's interesting. The Kiss condoms. And like some examples of what I've seen is Gene Simmons, it was at a recent concert. He was on his like rig, like flying around, and I'm not gonna say who posted it because I don't want to point them out like that. And they basically said, oh, he's looking for pennies, he's searching for pennies because he's so money hungry. First of all, don't say that about somebody. I feel like that's common sense, not to be rude. But I've been rude to celebrities before, so I'm not gonna blame them. But the thing that made that video stick in my mind is he's searching for pennies. And that's a pretty big thing to say. Many people have said that about Jewish people before. And what? He's looking for pennies when he's like on a flying rig performing, not talking about money. I don't remember the song that played, but I believe it was probably God of Thunder or another song like that. So he's looking for pennies just because he's flying around. That's really anti-Semitic, and that's the thing that Nazis have said. Nazis are like, oh, Jewish people are looking for pennies. Oh, he's looking for pennies because he's so money hungry. And I don't believe the poster the person that posted that video is a Nazi. But I do believe that they have like some point distilled in them. Oh, Gene Simmons, he's money oriented and he's Jewish, so I should say these things. And I know I have made jokes about Gene Simmons being pretty money focused. But I do believe there are ways to call Gene Simmons like money oriented and make fun of him without being anti-Semitic. So you could just say he's money oriented. Just don't call him greedy, because I guess at some points he is greedy, but when you call him greedy, it does kind of sound bad. So I personally would avoid doing that. Don't say that he's looking for pennies. That's a pretty obvious one. If it sounds like a Nazi could say it, don't say it. So, and it's always better to be kind and to think about your words than to say something that at the moment you think is funny but can be seen as offensive. Because if you have the option to make somebody laugh or to make somebody feel offended, I choose to make somebody laugh, honestly. Joke about him making like a ton of Kiss products. There are a ton of things to joke about. Joke about how he said that Kurt Cobain shouldn't kill himself because he has money. Joke about how he put the Kiss name on anything. Joke about how there was a million Kiss stuff. And not about how he's looking for money and that he's hungry. It's really that simple. Also, I'd like to get this out of the way. At the beginning, in the early 70s, when there was the rise of Kiss products, it wasn't Gene Simmons' choice. It was Bill Ocken, which was their manager's choice. So he was like, oh, but I will say that Gene Simmons definitely did go along with it, and Gene Simmons definitely welcomed it. Welcomed the rise in products. Overall, there are a lot of ways to joke about Gene Simmons liking money than to say anti-Semitic stuff. And I think at the end of the day, you can joke about Gene Simmons, but maybe think about your words. Give your words a little thought, because I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to you may not be like anti-Semitic and stuff like that, but sometimes your words can make you sound like you are. So it's important to think about what you say, and it's important to think about what you say before you say something, especially if it's about somebody who's Jewish. Anyways, guys, comment your thoughts about this, because I probably did some of this stuff wrong. Check out my other videos, and sorry for making you guys wait so long for another upload.